So the Beauty and the Beast trailer dropped last week. We haven't had a chance to review it yet, but that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to let you know what we found, what we thought, and maybe some theories in there. And there will be potential spoilers. This is all kind of conjecture at this point, but let's get to it.
So super excited about the beginning because this is one of those movies where the beginning of the cartoon is like jaw-dropping with that piano motif in the beginning that is so well known now. It's like iconic piano music.
And the narration.
So it'd be kind of hard to mess it up if you're going to go back to it. Like it seems like they did in the trailer.
Yeah.
With it zooming in on the castle or panning across the castle with the music.
This seems like a very just recreation of the movie, the original movie. It doesn't seem like a reboot. It just, to me, it seems like they're just taking the cartoon version and just putting people, actual people in it. It's a live action version of the cartoon, which is fine.
I'd agree with that, but I would also say I think they're probably going to thicken the plot a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
Because it has to be a full-length movie. It's not just going to be the cartoon happy Disney movie that you see, because they're trying to go a different route with all these live action recreations. But I definitely like that they're sticking pretty close to the cartoon.
One thing that I saw was in the painting, how in the cartoon and in the first teaser that we saw, you see that there's scratches on the painting of the family. And really they only focused on the boy, who is the Beast. And in this one, if you look really closely, you can see that the father has his face scratched off a little bit too. Maybe the father's fault, like he turns away the enchantress and then they're banished or something. I don't know.
So at this point, I think it's safe to allude to film theories because Matt is his name, right?
Matt Pat, yeah.
Matt Pat. So I loved watching that because if you think about it, if it's 10 years since he became the Beast and he's turning 21, that means he would have had to have been 11 answering the door of his castle in the cartoon.
Poor kid.
The poor kid. He doesn't know any better. He's 11. But
all he's doing is saying no to a stranger. He shouldn't be talking to a stranger, knocking on his door in the middle of the night.
And in the cartoon, you just kind of glaze over it and don't really think about it. Yeah. But then when it's mentioned, I had never thought about that before, and that was like mind-boggling to me. Belle's father, when he first comes to the castle, he doesn't seem to be in trouble in the live-action one. In the cartoon, he's running away from the wolves in the wilderness, and here he's just kind of stopping to admire the roses. Now, if you look closely, I like how it kind of, again, is a reshoot of the cartoon. When Belle is walking up the staircase trying to find her father, you can see Cogsworth and Lumiere. So I think that's pretty cool.
This is definitely going to be a musical movie.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm excited to see what the voice talents are going to do.
Yes.
I really like the fact that there's a ton of voice actors in this, like Ian McKellen and Emma Thompson.
And Ewan McGregor as Lumiere.
I'm a little disappointed with Ewan McGregor's voice just from the trailer.
Yeah, his French
accent is not quite up to par in my opinion.
And he even admits that he was not happy with his French accent.
I am also really excited about Dan Stevens being the Beast. His voice is absolutely perfect for the Beast. And not only that, but with his face put onto the Beast, he has a soft enough look to be able to fall in love with him even though he's a beast, which I like because you can, even though he's fierce and scary because he's a beast, then you can start to look past that like Belle does and
see the beauty within. Can we just agree that the casting in this movie is just spot on?
Spot on.
Luke Evans as Gaston.
I'm really excited about that. Awesome choice. Very good.
And,
as well as Josh Gad as LeFou. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like, I would have never thought of that. No. But now seeing it, I'm like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mrs. Potts being
Emma
voiced.
Thompson.
Yeah. One thing I'm disappointed with Mrs. Potts is where her face is located on the teapot. In the cartoon, her nose was the spout, and now it's off to the side of the teapot, and she just looks like part of the decoration instead of the actual teapot, which I'm a little disappointed with, because they do that with Chip. His nose is the handle, like in the cartoon. Why couldn't they do that with Mrs. Potts? It's something that's very nitpicky, but that's something that I didn't agree with.
So another thing I like that was straight out of the cartoon is when Gaston and the Beast are fighting on the rooftop of the castle. There's this scene where the Beast seemingly is like giving up, and then Gaston's about to hit him in the back, and the Beast just turns around and grabs the club that Gaston has, and they did it like exactly like that in the trailer. This is one of the few musicals I've seen on Broadway in New York, and I think they took some of the elements of it. One of which is when the Beast and Belle begin to read a book together after he's given her the library where she can just read and read and read. And it was kind of a special moment in the play, and it just makes it that much more of a tender-hearted type of story.
Another scene that looks like it's straight out of the cartoon is the wolf attack scene, where she's trying to keep them off of her and the horse. I wonder if they'll keep the same name for the horse.
Philippe?
Yeah, Philippe. I hope.
They probably will.
But when the Beast comes and saves her and pretty much beats up all the wolves, that looks like it'll be a pretty cool scene, especially with that roar. That was cool. I liked that.
Yeah. One of the things I'm really, really, really excited, as you can tell, about this movie, because this was my favorite growing up. But one of the things it's a little hard to get Hermione out of your head when watching Emma Watson. I think she's just been Hermione for a very long time, and you haven't really seen her in many other roles where she's not Hermione, if that makes sense. And I think in that way she was a good choice because, I mean, Hermione and Belle are very similar. They're both very smart, bookish.
I like to read.
And they can be calm and caring while at the same time being strong women. So I think that it will be good, but it is hard to not see Hermione.
Yeah.
So
it's mainly her voice that sounds too much like Hermione. She's got the look of Belle. I mean, she was perfectly casted as well.
But I am excited to hear what she sounds like with her singing voice.
Yes.
Her speaking voice is very fluid anyway, so I hope that will transfer to her singing. And, you know, Ewan McGregor has sung before.
He's got a good voice.
We'll see how he does with Be Our Guest with that accent. Yeah. I hope that it will be good. And never heard Luke Evans. Never heard him sing before, but I think that he has a good enough voice to be that Gaston-ish singing voice. It's kind of hard to mess that type of voice up.
Does Cogsworth ever have a song?
He speaks a little bit.
He doesn't ever sing though?
Not really.
Dang. That'd be great to hear Ian McKellen sing.
McKellen.
So that's the trailer, guys. We're excited for this movie. We're big fans of the original movie. And let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you like this video and you want to see more trailer breakdowns, you can click right up here.
Or if you'd like to see our movie review page, you can click here.
Or you can click right here and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.